Now that you heard a little bit about my career and my profession, why don't we go back on patrol and see if we run into anyone else that'll share their career with us. Here's another business that we'll stop by and check up on, and we'll see if maybe the manager's in and chat with him and see how things are going. And I'm here with Luke Loeffler, manager Northern Air Lanes in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Luke, thank you very much for taking time to meet with me today and share your profession with the kids of Kulm Elementary and High School.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for stopping in.
So I kind of spoiled it, and I think the pins in the background did too, of what your profession or your job is. If you can talk about that.
So I would be, I don't like titles, but I'm a manager, or the manager, however you want to say it, of our family-owned bowling center here. I have been here basically since I could walk. And yeah, so kind of run the whole thing. I guess it's just, it's like life to me, so.
So what kind of education or qualification is needed to run a business such as this?
Well, I grew up around it, so I learned a lot on site or on job, I guess. But I did obviously graduate from high school here in Fergus Falls and went to our community college for I went for 3.5 years, I think it was. I actually started off my first year doing law enforcement. And ended up switching to business and took 2.5 years of business classes, and that's where I'm at. I guess I did not get a full 4-year degree in that. I just decided that I was learning more on the job than I was there, and I think from a business aspect of it, this is what I was going to do. So.
Absolutely, sure. And I think I kind of talked to the kids and students about that too. We're kind of similar to that. I think more of the life experience kind of went along
I mean,
with.
no matter how much education you have, when you go to a new job, whether you're doing the same thing you've been doing for 10 years, you're going to learn new stuff. No matter what you're doing, you're going to learn new ways. Some things are going to be better. Some things you're going to say, hey, we did this and it worked better. But everything you do in life, you're going to be learning as you go. And that's as important as everything.
So it's a little different now, but what's a typical normal day for you like prior to this last month?
Yeah, I guess, most people think it's just handing out shoes and doing that, and getting people bowling and having fun, and yeah, that's a big part of it, but there's a lot of daily office work stuff that needs to be done, accounting type things that we touch on. We do all that pretty much ourselves. My mom does a lot of the bookkeeping and stuff, but we get into all sides of it. We have a restaurant here as well, so lunchtime, that's what I end up doing, is helping out in there. And then we have leagues. We have tons of open bowling, birthday parties, scheduling parties, doing tournaments, kids leagues, all sorts of. We get here about 8:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's some nights that we're here till midnight for sure. So.
And you mentioned the restaurant. I can testify to that. The food is awesome. The best part about your job, what kind of do you feel is the best part?
Yeah, best part, I guess I would have to say, is dealing with the people. Customers, even staff. We're a pretty small staff, small town, small operation. We kind of get to be like a family versus just employees and coworkers. So I like that side of it. I love dealing with customers and probably the kids. I get to see tons of kids come through here, whether it's kids league, kids birthday parties, teenagers. It's high school bowling team. I've seen kids start all the way from kindergarten all the way till graduate through college, and now their own kids are in bowling even. So that's my favorite part, and definitely the kids. So.
Cool. And again, prior to last month, what would be the biggest challenge at your day-to-day work that you would have or see?
Challenge, I guess. Being able to step away from it, probably, to step away from the job, the work, the business, and go home and not worry about work, and get to just spend time with my own family at home. My kids, my wife aren't as involved. Kids are here all the time, as my family was growing up. So it's hard to, everything always comes back to work, I guess, and that's the hard part, to just get away from it, which you need that in all aspects of everything. You just need to you need a break from everything. And that's probably the biggest challenge that I would say. Otherwise, the work part of it, stuff comes up and you just figure it out, and that's all you can do.
I think the last question that they had was, how has the coronavirus changed your day-to-day work?
Sure. Day-to-day work. What day is it? Thursday? So normally Thursday, 4 o'clock, we would have this entire building full of people. And this is what we have now. So we're still doing a little bit of food to go. But obviously it's hugely impacted our business. But for the safety of everybody, this is kind of what needs to happen. Everybody kind of staying away from everybody and hopefully get by this thing. But that's the biggest change, is that we don't have the customer base that we did. Probably the hardest part of that is our employees not being able to have revenue or income to be able to pay them. We've only got a couple people working, and that is probably the hardest aspect of it. But they understand, they know, but it's not what we're used to. So.
Awesome, thank you, Luke.
Yeah.
I have a question. I don't know if it'd be the same thing with the kids, but with the bowling itself, how do the balls return? Is there?
So actually, if you see number 17, actually I'm getting a head start on our summer maintenance right now, because we typically do maintenance in the summer, kind of how a farmer does their maintenance and stuff in their off season. We're the same thing. So there's pins that are out back, and there's actually a wheel that shoots the ball. There's a tunnel underground, a subway we call it, and it comes up underground there, and there's a couple more wheels that are up front. And
A subway in the bowling alley.
There's a subway in rural Minnesota.
Subway in the bowling alley. I never heard of that.
You got it.
Again, thank you, Luke, for taking time out of your day.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
for sure.